With many problems surrounding Chelsea, they've been hit by another blow after the president of Barcelona came out and confirmed that they've agreed terms on signing Andreas Christensen in there. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as this is concerned in India. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you happen to be watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner and smash that subscription button and then click the notification bell that will enable you to get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Today, it's such a day that most of you never saw coming in there for you, but it has been now confirmed that Andreas Christensen is now a Barcelona player, and it's only waiting for official announcement in there for you. And Fabrizio Romano has come out and confirmed, and then the president of Barcelona has come out and confirmed. That means Barcelona has now signed 3 players. That is Frank Casey. There is that guy, is it from Sporting Lisbon? There is that midfielder they got from Sporting Lisbon, and now Andreas Christensen in there. For it looks like Xavi is building up his team, and Barcelona is not going to be a team to joke with next season in there, because it looks like even before the end of the season they got their hook back. They are back to winning ways. They've stretched to 13-12 games unbeaten under Xavi, and we know they're really going to extend it because they beat Real Madrid, and that is the biggest team that anyone would have thought that they wouldn't win. Everyone thought Barcelona was going to lose to Real Madrid in the El Clasico, but it came out and shocked all of them by beating them by 4-1 in there. So Christensen is yet another addition to that Barcelona side, and when you look at Barcelona, getting in Christensen is something great in there for you. And before I really break it down, allow me read to you something that Fabrizio Romano posted. Backup President Laporte confirms we've completed 2 signings for the next season. One is a midfielder, the other one is a centre back, but I'm not allowed to mention their names. That is the president, goes by Laporte. He would have said, of course, Frank Casey and Christensen deals are both fully agreed in there for you. So it shows you that they've so far signed 4 players in there, and they are really back to the winning way. Something that we never saw coming in a nick of time, but it has really happened. When you look at Barcelona, their central defense, when you look at their last game, they played with Gerard Piqué. You know, Gerard Piqué is such a suspect of age because he has grown in there, but the introduction of a man who goes by the names of Christensen coming into their central defense is going to be a very big addition to their central defense. Barcelona against Real Madrid, they played with Garcia and Gerard Piqué into the central defense. Araujo, you know, he is a central defender, but was played off the right side of the defense, meaning that he played as a right back in there, and he played very well. And the reason as to why he was played that side was to track the pacey Vinicius Jr., and he really did that well. He closed him down because they thought that when you bring in Dani Alves, it's going to be a different case altogether. But Christensen joining this side of Barcelona is something great in there for you because he is young. Talk about his age. I think he's 24 years, and what a signing they're really getting on a free, because his contract at Chelsea expired, and when it's expiring this summer, and he is not willing to come out and renew his contract in there because he feels has not played enough games. Supposed to be playing at a team which goes by the names of Chelsea. He has played 7 Champions League games, 16 Premier League games, those are 23, 2 World Cup, those are 25, and 1 EFL Cup. 26 games this season, very little games in there for you. And when you compare him to Rudiger, Antonio Rudiger, he has played 26 Premier League games. Hear all this, because in total for him he has played 26 games, but Antonio Rudiger, only the Premier League, he has played 26 games. 7 Champions League games, those are 33. 3 EFL Cups, those are 36. World Cup he played 2, those are 35. So Antonio Rudiger has played close to 11 games more than Christensen, and this has really given him a way to move, because there is no way you tell him to renew his contract at Chelsea when he's not getting ample playing time. That really puts him out of the equation and just says, no, this is not the place I'm supposed to be. And I think Christensen has really made a very good decision, because very many other teams looked at him, especially in the Premier League, and he came out and said, I cannot betray Chelsea. Me playing for another Premier League side will be betraying Chelsea. I'd rather move out to a different league altogether. Very many clubs have been looking at him, the likes of Bayern Munich, Juventus, I think on PSG, but he really said, I'm going to Barcelona, because the project at Barcelona is far much convincing. And his position is already there, because Araujo is leaving Barcelona. He has failed to agree a contract with them, and he's being linked to Manchester United, meaning that there are going to be shortage of defenders. And when you look at Gerard Piqué and Garcia, no one does what Christensen does. Christensen fast, he's tall, he's good in the air, and he's good on the ball. So a combination of Christensen and Gerard Piqué or Garcia is going to be a very big improvement into the central defense of a team which goes by the names of Barcelona. But where does this leave? Where does this leave Chelsea? Because Chelsea is really in total tatters. Antonio Rudiger is on his way out because they failed to meet his salary demands. Then Christensen is leaving. Those are two senior central defenders leaving your club, and they're only left with a 38-year-old Brazilian, Thiago Silva, with Azpilicueta, and Azpilicueta is a central defender. Then there is Chalobah, there is Malanga Sarr. You get? Will they go in for Jules Koundé? Because that means, if at all you wanted to put in Jules Koundé when you have these other central defenders, that means when these two go, that calls for you to sign more 3 central defenders in there. I don't know what Thomas Tuchel is going to do about this, but it's not a good scenario where Chelsea is in, because Thiago Silva is 38. Though they added him another year, is going to play until next summer. I'm asking myself, how are Chelsea going to solve these problems? Even if you bring in Jules Koundé, that's not enough, because remember, Chelsea plays with a three-man central defense. So if you bring in Jules Koundé to play with Thiago Silva and Chalobah, those are 3. That means they're the only 3 central defenders you are having. Malanga Sarr is just coming up. So that means Chelsea needs another defender. If at all you're playing with 3 central defenders, that calls for you to be having 6 central defenders, such that if any of those gets an injury, you have a right replacement for that player in there, because you cannot trust Thiago Silva because of his age. He's not an injury-prone player, but his age really exposes him to getting very many injuries in there altogether. That is Thiago Silva in there for you. Chalobah, you cannot trust him. He's still young, adapting to the game. He has really had a very fantastic season. Malanga Sarr looking good in there, but I don't think you can trust him into that 3-man central defense. That means Chelsea will sign in more 2 central defenders apart from Jules Koundé. They had really agreed a deal, but Sevilla said we want £65 million in there, and let's wait and see whether they will get the £65 million in there for you in there. So guys, feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about Christensen to Barcelona confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and the president of Barcelona. I go by the names of Rokani David, aka R, to this channel, and smash the like button, comment and share, and leave your reactions in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Andreas Christensen to Barcelona confirmed. Where does this leave Chelsea? And you know, Chelsea is a turmoil of looking for a new owner, because it was really banned. Its owner was banned, and all his property was confiscated and sanctioned by the UK government. That leaves Chelsea in a very bad situation, and this story won't excite very many Chelsea players in there and supporters, because if at all these things of Russia versus Ukraine were not present, you never know. The rich man or the owner, the mogul who goes by the names of Roman Abramovich, would have come in and said, Christensen, please don't go. He would have intervened in there, but there is no way he can intervene in all this, and they have no owner right now, and no decision can be taken, because any decision that could keep Christensen at Chelsea, or could have kept Christensen at Chelsea, would include in a lot of money, and assurance of first-team football, something that you cannot promise him right now because that vow won't stand, because you never know where Chelsea is going to be next season. We out for now. See you later.